I call the honourable member for Hinkler.
Well, thank you, Madam Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Agriculture, and I remind the Minister that Hinkler cane farmers have told me that due to the high energy prices, they are on the brink of collapse. What is the government doing to address the high cost of irrigating in Hinkler and elsewhere?
I call the honourable Minister for Agriculture.
Well, thank you, Madam Speaker, and I'd like to thank the member for Hinkler. Madam Speaker, we were up in member for Hinkler's area not that long ago, and having to deal with cane farmers, one of them who is spending $135,000 a quarter, Madam Speaker, over $540,000 a year on power. And one of the major reasons that they're spending that sort of money is because of an issue that's being debated over in the other place at this moment, which is, of course, the carbon tax. What is actually happening, it's just like the member for Blair, how he keeps his people poor. They're trying to keep them poor up in central Queensland as well. Now, what we're trying to do, obviously, is to remove the carbon tax, and by removing the carbon tax, to start letting more money go back through the farm gate, back to those families, back to those mums and dads, and put dignity back in their lives. And it's a very important industry, the cane industry. It's one of the major industries in Queensland. 70% of Australia's sugarcane growers rely on irrigation to produce a crop, and irrigation, so many of the times, relies on power. That's the only way you're going to do it. But what we've seen here is
the honourable member for Moreton.
The member for Hinkler, you have to know that they're on a journey. I'll tell you where the journey started, and maybe they're getting there. Because I remember when Peter Garrett told us that we're going to have 6-metre sea rises. Remember that? 6-metre sea rises by 2100. I felt like buying a case of beer and going down to Coogee Beach and waiting for the show. It never happened. I read up from beyond Longberg. From beyond Longberg, we've had 30 centimetres in the last 150 years, but they're punting on 6 metres by the end of the century. It's quite spectacular. But it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there. The member for Isaacs talked about what was routinely called the greatest market failure the world has ever seen. And Treasurer, you'd probably be interested in this, because when he was talking about the greatest market failure, I thought, silly me, I thought he was talking about the 26th of October 1929, the Great Depression. I thought he was talking about the Great Depression. But no, was he talking about 1637?
The member for Moreton will desist or leave.
Was he talking about 1720, the South Sea bubble? No.
You can leave.
Was he talking about 2000, the dot-com crash? No. He was talking about carbon pricing. How did we miss it? How did we miss it? How did we miss it? And then, not to be outdone, the Prime Minister gets it on the act and talks about the greatest moral challenge of our time. Now, I thought that might have been Pol Pot, 17th of April 1975, but no. I thought it might have been fascism in the Second World War, but no. I thought it might have been Stalin and the communist gulags, but no. What's more, it was carbon pricing. How did we miss it? How did we miss these things? But don't worry, we're continuing to fight for it right now. We're continuing to fight for it. And when it's over there in the moment that you want to wake up to yourselves and reconnect with the Australian people, just tell us about it.